Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. It has been a while, and I'm going to say right now, I'm sorry for the time missing. We've had a few things happen around here, and we will get to that later. But I've got a lot of things planned for today. I think this morning is probably one of the best mornings I've had in a while. So I've got several things to do. So we're going to be filming all day. So you're going to get several videos back to back to back, hopefully within the next several days. Today, what I'm working on now is breakfast. So let me get everything together and we'll be right back. Okay, so over the course of the last couple of months, I have tried to make it one of my goals to home make our own breads. You guys have seen some of that across my other socials. I have been trying to put up little snippets of things that I've been doing. Hopefully before this, you'll get the video of what's been going on to catch you up as to why we had a little gap. But today, what I'm going to be working on, one thing, are all these little pieces of breads. I've been working with whole wheat. I've been working with rye, but we've already used all of that. And then I've got another couple of loaves here. What happens is when they get to a point to where they're starting to dry out on me, I just chuck them in the freezer. These I did. Because what I'm going to do with these is make croutons and breadcrumbs. Because I'm out of breadcrumbs. We're almost out of croutons. My croutons container is almost empty. It's getting soup weather. So I want to get those croutons made up because we do like the different flavors to just throw in our soups that we use. So this morning, what I'm doing, though, is it's breakfast time. So today we're going to make French toast. I do have another loaf of bread. Let me turn you around here. That is starting to need to be used. This is what we had left from last week. This is Monday. This is ending in the week, the last part of the week of September, and then part of the week will be October. So we're going into October. So I'm going to take this and make French toast out of. And we were gifted 3 sub rolls, so I've got 2 left. I may say, no, I'm not going to save the other one because I got something else for lunch. But I'm going to take these and turn them into French bread. And then whatever's left, our youngest one will be home on Wednesday. He has started college, so I've been trying to make a breakfast for him so that I have all this bread. I'll just make him some French toast up, package them into 3 or 4s, and depending on how big they are, pop them in my freezer and he'll pull them out this week, throw them in the microwave. I put maple syrup in my batter so that he doesn't have to put any more on it, and he can walk out just with a bag of French toast and it's already ready to go. Already has that syrup flavor in it without putting more of that heavy syrup on top of our bread. So what I'm going to do is grab, I have a really big pie dish. I'm going to have to open this cabinet, y'all, that I love to use. It's a deep dish pie plate that it's an old Pyrex one that we actually found at a thrift store quite a while ago, probably about 6 months or so ago. Sorry, y'all, it's a lot of noise. So this is what I use. It is my deep dish 9-inch, I believe. I don't know, y'all. Yep, 9-inch deep dish. So I'm going to use that. Now, as you guys know, if you have been with me for a while, I do have a cinnamon allergy. And we found out the other day, we were gifted some kiwi. So they had asked for a snack. So they had asked for, so I got some cottage cheese and I was peeling kiwi. Love kiwi. I've always loved kiwi. Pop one in my mouth and immediate tingling of the lips, tingling inside the mouth, and my throat started tingling. It didn't itch, but it started tingling, so we're not going to try that again. I will not attempt kiwi again. Obviously, as we get older, our allergies change and all of that. The cinnamon allergy came out about 4 or so years ago. And now kiwi is obviously bothering me. All right, so I'm going to do 3 eggs. These are not our normal eggs. We have been very blessed in the midst of all of this. My husband has changed jobs. He went to work for a company here in town. They're literally just up the road. So if I need him, if mom needs him, he is right here. It takes him maybe 5 minutes to get to work, and that's only because he has to cross the highway to get there. So that's the nice part. That has been able to afford us some extra things. So we've been highly blessed. But I ran out of our eggs. My cousin's chickens have slowed down already. So I do get my eggs now from Sam's, and there's a particular one that I love to buy. So we're going to go do that. It is a little more affordable for us because we are in the city, and our landlord will not allow us to have chickens, which is perfectly fine with me because I'm going to take that yard and make it into our garden. We're going to expand our garden too. So I've been working on that already. So I'm taking 3 eggs. And then I do have a can of milk that I need to finish up. So I'm just going to use some evaporated milk. Sometimes I use regular milk. Sometimes I use evaporated. It's really what you have on hand, and especially what you need to use up. Because sometimes you just have bits and pieces. I use canned milk. Give y'all one of my secrets. I'm not going to give you my whole bread recipe because it is one that I have been nurturing and trying to develop. And it is actually going to be the one that I'm trying to get to be my base to sell. I have been looking into the cottage laws here in South Carolina and in my area. So I am working with that. That's one thing that I've been working on. I'm trying to set aside the monies for licensings and things like that so that I can get that up and going. And my husband's going to help me get my kitchen arranged so that it's ready for when the city comes in to inspect, because I am in the city. So in order to be able to use the cottage laws and be able to sell from my kitchen, I do have to be inspected by the city in my town, which I fully understand because I do live in the city. So I did, as you saw, I finished up that can of milk. There was probably about 1/3 of a can of milk in there. And then I just added some regular whole milk. Use whatever you have. I just happen to have whole because I've been trying. Sorry, y'all, words are hard today. So what I have been trying to do is to you have a lot of my recipes that I've been trying. I've been trying to make up new recipes that I've never made. I made English muffins for the first time the other day. And that worked out great. Now, seeing as how I am allergic to cinnamon, I like nutmeg. Now, the one thing that I've been doing some research on is the five spice. So I've looked into the original 5 spice, and I think I'm going to get some because it's similar to cinnamon and all of these without actually having the cinnamon properties in it. So I'm going to get some of that when I go to the store this week. Not 5 spice, allspice, because it's its own nut, like your hazelnut. Okay, so I did put some nutmeg in there. I always just say put your spices to flavor. Some people like more cinnamon is where you put your cinnamon in. If you want your cinnamon, put your nutmeg in. If you want nutmeg. Okay, sorry about that. My cat has decided that it is the time to do the zoomies in my living room, and he bumped up against the door and it caused something to fall over. So fun times, but as you know. So here we go. So I did put some nutmeg in here. Whatever spices you want. Some people like warm spices. Some people don't like any at all. Now, also what I like to do is add some type of flavoring. I'm a vanilla person when it comes to my French toast. Kind of like my husband with certain things go the way they go, and there's no need messing with them. And to me, French toast is one you don't need to mess with. What I do, you put vanilla in here. You put whatever flavoring you want. I'm a vanilla person. I've tried almond. It makes it taste really wonky. It's not good to me. So I'm going to use this. I picked this up from Sam's several months ago. It's their vanilla bean paste. Sorry, I had the backside to you. So I picked this up from Sam's. And that's another thing that we're doing now. So I've got to get that up and going. That should have been in that video from before. So yes, I am in the Sam's and Walmart creator programs. I'm getting my storefronts ready now. So I'm very excited about all of that. So all of my baking things I will put in there. My Walmart page will have some of my baking things, but it will also have some of the things that I use as a chronically ill person to be able to make my days go better. Things that I have to do on the side that you guys don't see. You've seen my protein shakes every once in a while. Sometimes I have a Lonnie stop. So this week when I go, we're going to go to the Sam's this week. You're going to go with us. I've talked to my husband. He's going to actually join me in this adventure that I'm taking because I can cook or I can film. Doing both has been a little more difficult lately. So he's going to come along this ride with us. You may or may not see him. He's mostly going to be in the back. I do want to start doing some things like wheat bread. I didn't know this. I'm learning everything. Whole wheat bread. You can use, I picked up the King Arthur whole wheat flour. I just picked up 5 pounds this last time. So I looked up on the internet their recipe. You use either maple, honey, or molasses as your sugar. So I've made all 3 of them. What I want to do this week after I get another 5-pound bag, because right now I don't have my whole wheat bread done. I'm still playing with it, still trying to figure it out because it is a little different than regular plain white flour. Whole wheat flour is totally different. You have to let it rehydrate. You have to let it reconstitute. And it's a lot. But once you're done, it is so good. So this week, my plan is our son will be home Thursday. So probably Thursday morning or somewhere, I'm going to go in and make 3 loaves of whole wheat bread with each. And all of them will have the different base flour, a base sugar ingredient in it. So we're going to do a honey wheat, a maple wheat, and a molasses wheat. We liked them. I didn't care for the maple as much, but I don't think my loaf rose well. I think I had some trouble there. So anyways, that's what we're going to do later this week. But today, let's get our breakfast going. So I'm turning my pan on. I'm just using my regular skillet because my husband and I have been talking about it. I've got to go find me a good griddle pan for this because I don't really have a good griddle pan. So we're going to hunt me one. I want to go to the thrift stores this week. So normally people will butter. Before I do anything, I spray the bottom of my pan with just a little bit of olive oil. And the reason that I do that is simply, for me, it's a smell thing. I have a lot of, with my migraine, smells are triggers. The smell of burning butter makes me sick. So if I put a little bit, if that happens to you, put a little bit of oil in the bottom before you add the butter. It gives it a little bit of a coating from the butter to the pan. And then it also helps almost like it goes in and blends with that butter to the point of it gives it a higher burning point. So it doesn't give me that smell. So that's what I do there. I went ahead and turned that back burner on. And I'm just going to slice up our breads. Well, not these. See, this is how quickly they've already molded. But it's nice to tell that come from Sam's. That Sam's bread will mold. That's fantastic. How long has it been since you've seen a loaf of bread that you purchased from a general grocery store mold? That makes my heart happy. That right there makes me thrilled that those loaves molded. So now I feel more comfortable buying them again from Sam's. So we're out that. We're just going to cut up what we have here, which is no problem. My son will be fine with whatever he has. And also, I may get a bright idea to do something else later because I'm trying to figure out this week if I want to attempt to make bagels. English muffins, I know I can do because I've done them. I do want to do them again, but I want to do bagels and donuts. I have a recipe that I'm saving for donuts that I want to try badly. It is actually a recipe that I've got saved on YouTube in my my folder. I have a save folder that my husband made me for my YouTube recipes and videos. And there's one on there from the ladies over at Cook's Country, and it's for donuts. So I'm going to try that one day. So I'm going to put my vanilla back up. I got my bread sliced, as you see. I sliced it into different thicknesses. So this right here, and yes, I do the end pieces, because I'm going to tell you right now, I know that some people don't like the end pieces. I think the end pieces are the best part of it. Oh, y'all did not let me do. I've been talking to y'all so much. I did not put my maple in here. So let's put a little maple in here. Okay. About a teaspoon or so of maple. I've got my pan on medium. That will help the fact too, if you have problems, of course, with burning or things being irregular or the smells getting to you because your butter has burnt, turn your burner down. A lot of times we like to cook things way too high, on too high of a temperature. So just cut that down a little bit. And like I said, if burnt butter gets to you too, try adding a little olive oil or avocado oil to your pan. It cuts down on that smell, and it does help. Now, what I'm going to do after I do the French toast here in just a moment, I'm going to maneuver myself over so that I can start some grits on the side. And then after the French toast is done, I'm going to fry up some bacon. So what I'm going to do, because I've just made a decision, I think right after the intro and right before this, you're going to see me bring you up to speed on what's going on. So while that's playing, I'm going to cook some of this and you'll come back and see where we are. Okay, so as you have seen, we now have a plate full of French toast. I'd made eggs and I fried up a little bit of bacon. Just because sometimes my husband likes that variety. So I wanted to take a little bit and do a little bit of everything today. The French toast really was because I wanted French toast and I needed to use that loaf. So here's our grits. I put about, let's put some cheese in it. So the easy way to be able to know what to do and how to cook your grits are, it is 4-to-1. 4 parts water to 1 part grits. And then you stir them in really well. You turn your burner down once they come up to a boil. And we cook ours for 13 minutes. Just because that's the consistency that we prefer. And, you know, some people will say, oh, it's a cup of water to 1/4 of a cup of grits. Hey, that's fine if you want to work it that way. What I do is whatever size I'm going to use. Today it was this size because not all of us are going to be eating grits. So I got the smallest one. I did 4 of these and 4 water and 1 grits, as you saw me do. So I'm just going to salt and pepper those. They do have cheese in them. And then I've got my eggs. I fried the eggs off in the bacon grease along with a little bit of oil because this bacon didn't have a lot of oil to it. And then I figured I would put a little butter in there, and that's how I scrambled those eggs this morning. And I did scramble them. My husband likes over easy at times. However, those were a different brand that we bought, and they have been really good when I cook them all the way. So I'm just going to do that. I'll make him over medium eggs when I get my organic range-free ones later. So this is really easy, and what I will do for us is I did put my husband's grits in a bowl, and then I'm going to make my favorite dishes here. I'm going to put our breakfast on here, serve it to them. So this is my husband's bowl. Got his grits in here, and then I will put his bacon in here and his eggs. So this is his food, and this is breakfast for today. So guys, I have to say I am thoroughly appreciative of you all and trying to bear with us while we go through this, and while we are getting back up on our feet physically, and getting everything together. I'm just trying to find a spoon, y'all. I haven't even put up dishes yet. So I've got his. I'll make mine and mom's later. Here in a minute we'll have French toast and bacon and eggs. So here's this. Guys, thank you so much, and I do appreciate you. So we are going through all of this, and we're going to get everything up and going so that my husband can help me. So guys, thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here. I will show you lunch today because I have been on a thing here in the last month of using everything that I cook. So I will show you that and tell you what I originally did to it. The next time we have the ingredients, I'll show you how I started it. So guys, thank you so much. And if you are new here, thank you. And if you are not new here and you are one of my original friends, thank you very much. If you know us, you know what we've been going through. But we are great. Everybody's up on their feet, and now we get to proceed. Very interesting day today. Very excited day today. So I'm going to plant garlic today with a method that I've seen. So we're going to work that up later, and you'll see that too. You'll get to see Mom. We're going to work up a few things later today, and I'll bake bread, and I'll be at the garden. So hold on, guys. We got a full day. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.